It's finally Christmas Eve. The light of the world is coming. We light the candles of hope, peace, joy, and love.
We light the candles of hope, peace, joy, and love. Then you wait for, and then tonight, so they're going to light those 4 candles right here, because you're reading. And then we're going to say, then your parts again.
Tonight, we light the Christ candle that shines for the brightest of all.
And tonight, we light the Christ candle that shines the brightest of all.
The candles are lit.
The candles are lit.
Let us rejoice.
And then they go nuts, going, yeah! All right. Good job. I'm so glad you're here today.
Is there another part of the page?
That's it. You could do more, huh? But when we're up front here, you can help us out.
Karl.
What you looking for?
Karl.
Oh, so it's right there.
Karl.
Oh.
Is it nice seeing
Who is?
Norman.
No, I didn't. No. Oh,
He's
okay.
heading there today.
Okay. I hadn't heard that. Okay,
But
thanks.
Nancy and Kent are supposed to be here tonight.
I live dangerously. Well, thank you for coming to our family worship service today. It's going to feel a lot like family. We pulled Bill Taylor out of retirement to come here today, so do a dance for us. I told him I kind of like singing the bells with just music stands. You can see how they move their feet, so they're dancing up there as they do them. They'll come back again. We've got a lot planned for you tonight. I was talking to my brother. My brother does not go to church. He'll come for me, which is a big deal that he'll show up at church for me. But he was telling me that of all the time that he went to churches as a kid, we would go sometimes. He goes, the only thing I remember are those Christmas Eve services. He said, that's the only thing I miss about church. But he said he would come in, and he remembered coming in with the youth, and it was just a different feel to it. And then he said, getting to do Silent Night and do the candles. He says, I miss that part of church. I have a friend, Hugh Wire, and he was part of our church. He was a Presbyterian pastor, but he had a son that never went to church. And one time he says, I don't know how we did it, but we got him to church one Sunday. It was one Christmas Eve service. He goes, every year after, he goes, are you going to Christmas Eve? I want to go. So there is something special about this as we imagine again this God who comes to be intimately with us. But there's something about, as my brother says, I didn't remember any of the words, but I remembered the feeling of being a part of that. So we welcome you to that feeling tonight. We're going to use all kinds of stuff. We've got an ukulele band. That's my dream, is one day when we do a hymn, all you guys are going to pull ukuleles out and start playing with us. So I love ukuleles. We've got the bells that are part of our thing tonight. We're going to do some stuff up here with candle lighting. And in fact, would you help me out with this, Minnie? We're going to give these things out for folks. Come on down here with me. So we have a part, we're going to have a rowdy part of the service. When we get to rowdy part, I'd like you to make some noise. Could I get some folks, would you carry that around and see if people want to get one of our instruments? We have a couple kazoos left, which I lived dangerously. I gave kazoos to kids before the service. So if you hear any kazoos going off, they're just practicing to be able to do that. I want you to take that along with it. So Benny's going to pass out if you want to get any instruments. So when we do a part where it says, everybody clap and cheer, you bring your instruments as well. Sing, play your kazoos, all that kind of stuff as we do that. We're also going to see some stuff. We're going to do some scripture reading and some poetry. So welcome to this very, very special night for us. And we're going to start with our poetry.
Born again. Each year, some new heart finally hears, finally sees, finally knows love. And in heaven, there is great rejoicing. There is a festival of stars. There is a celebration among angels. For the finding of one lost sheep, the heart of the shepherd is glad, and Christmas has happened once more. The child is born anew, and one more knee is bowed.
So part of what we do today is this text, and it's actually a fairly small place. Have you ever noticed when they talk about the birth of the baby, it goes into past tense even. It just kind of comes really quickly. If you weren't watching carefully, you could miss it, in fact. So if you join with me, this is out of Luke. In those days, a decree went out from the Emperor Augustus that all the world should be registered. This was the first registration was taken while Quirinius was governor of Syria. All went to their own towns to be registered. Joseph also went to the town of Nazareth in Galilee, to Judea, to the city of David called Bethlehem, because he was descended from the house of the family of David. He went to be registered with Mary, to whom he was engaged, and who was expecting a child. While they were there, the time came for her to deliver her child. And she gave birth to her firstborn son, and wrapped him in bands of cloths, and laid him in a manger, because there was no place for them in the inn. I'm going to do something else first, right before Linda. So I get 3 parts of my sermon, so I'm on my second part now. I'm working my way through. So you saw some of what we had here. So these slides here, as you guys know Peter Bruegger, the elder. Well, this is years ago, I came upon him, and I actually thought he was a Presbyterian because he was an elder, and then I found out, no, he's just old, because now there's also a Peter Bruegel the younger, which is his son, and then his next son is Jan Bruegel. But I love his paintings because he does this really interesting thing, is he takes this incarnation story and he puts it in the most unlikely place. They didn't have any snow when Jesus was born. We're sure of that. He takes it and he puts it into a time. This is about 400 years ago when he was painting. He was a famous Flemish painter. His art, because of his sons, lived on and on, because especially Peter Bruegel the younger just copied his dad's stuff and got it out there, so he made sure everybody knew what his dad had done. But if you take a close look at this picture, it's called the census. And I love that he's got all these people doing everything. That's what I loved about it. It was like the world is going on, and here Mary and Joseph are making their way to, well, this time it's not Bethlehem, but it's the Netherlands is what he has them land in. And it just shows, he does all these wonderful pictures of what was going on all around this big picture, but he just gets all these details in all these places of folks. And he always deals with peasants when he's doing that. Here's a fortress that's falling down, and here they are, they're waiting, I guess they're putting their names in for the inn, to get their place in the inn, and yet, look at the right-hand side there, and Mary and Joseph showing up. And I love this. This is what caught me the first time I saw this, of Mary and Joseph showing up to find their place in the inn. So I love how he reminds us that the Word became flesh. And my mentor, Eugene Peterson, when he translates it, he, instead of "and dwelt with us" or "tented with us," he says, "and the Word became flesh and blood." And Peter Bruegel knew, and he moved into the neighborhood. What a gift. We're going to see 3 different pictures of Peter Bruegel's, and we're going to start with that one. And while Linda plays for us, you notice we got this hint of Silent Night running its way through. Could you imagine Christmas Eve without Silent Night? 200, you know the story. Well, it's a different story, different times. 200 years ago, there was an organ broke down, and somebody had written a poem, and Father Muller. And then he got his friend that also was part of the church, and he got him to put a piece together. When the organ didn't work, they sat with their guitar and they played this song. And this song has found its way into the hearts of folks. Whereas I don't know if I could ever if I went to a Christmas Eve service and they didn't do Silent Night, I wouldn't think it was Christmas Eve. And so we're finding some haunting ways. We had Bruce playing it on clarinet, and now Linda's going to share with us on piano as we watch some more slides of Peter Bruegel's artwork. Thank you, Linda. So that's the end of our quiet part of the service, okay? So I've written here, rowdy part of the service we're coming up to. So it's the part when you get kind of crazy when we tell you to, okay? Or you could otherwise. So are you guys ready yet? Get ready for bringing up the wreath for time. Benji, come on back here. Go back there and help them out with that. So when we do this, we're going to do the song. If you guys know Godspell? All the old people know God. If you know, raise your hand if you know Godspell. Okay. It goes at prepare ye. You know that thing? So we're going to start with that. The kids are bringing the wreath up front. We'll start with a solo and we build it all up. And we have you stand up and you're going to sing it. Then they're going to light the candles. And then there's a part where Benji's going to tell you, okay. He goes, everybody cheers. And you guys just go nuts. You want to try it? Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Yeah! I didn't hear any kazoos. Are you ready? One more time. Okay. 1, 2, 3. All right. Very good. And you'll be standing up, and we should rock this place. Those folks online, you can stand up and cheer as well. Ready?
Prepare ye the way of the Lord. Prepare ye the way of the Lord. Prepare ye the way of the Lord. Prepare ye the way of the Lord.
Prepare ye the way of the Lord. Prepare ye the way. On this side this time. Over here. Oh, everybody stand up. Let's go. Prepare ye the way of the Lord. Okay. Prepare ye the way of the Lord. Prepare ye the way of the Lord. All right. Benny, come on up here. You're on. Over here. Stand right there. Read on. It's time to read. Just stand right here and read that right now. You got it.
Today is finally Christmas Eve.
Today is finally Christmas Eve.
The light of the world is coming.
The light of the world is coming.
We light the candles of hope, peace, joy, and love.
We light the candles of hope, peace, joy, and love. Now we'll watch it. See if they like I love that it takes time for the light of the world to come. Okay, Benny, you're on again.
And tonight we light the Christ candle that shines brightest of all.
And tonight we light the Christ candle that shines the brightest of all. Okay. You're on again.
The candles are lit.
The candles are lit.
Let us rejoice.
All right. Oh, we'll get more. Okay. the silent stars go by. Yet in thy dark street shineth the everlasting light. The hopes and fears of all the years are met in thee tonight. For Christ is born of Bethlehem and gathered all above. While mortals sleep, the angels keep their watch of wandering love. O morning stars together proclaim the holy birth, and praises sing to God the King, and peace to men on earth. How silently the wondrous gift is given. So God imparts to human hearts the blessings of His hand. No ear may hear His coming, but in this world of sin, where meek souls will receive Him still, the dear Christ enters in. O holy child of Bethlehem, descend on us, we pray. Cast out our sin and enter in. Be born in us today. We hear the Christmas angels, the great glad tidings tell. Oh, come to us, abide with us, our Lord Emmanuel.
You may be seated.
Well, Mike, I see you got some grandchildren here today. Yeah, all right. So Papa and Grandpa Karl, and we actually have a special guest we're going to have here tonight.
I heard that.
Yeah, so we're reading a book called The Miracle of the First Poinsettia. Come on up here, Olivia. So Olivia grew up in Mexico, she tells me to say. And she says this story was a story that she knew as a little girl. So when we checked it out, she's going to help us on Spanish pronunciation. So could we have all the kids come forward, and all the childlike could also come forward. So I see some of you out there that could certainly make it. Come on up here. So you're going to sit right down here on the stairs and stuff. Ooh, you'll see. They're coming. They're coming. Somebody was checking out my, the wise men showed up early and brought me something here, so some gold coins for you. So all do we have up here today? So can you say your name for us?
Emily.
Emily, really loud.
Emily.
Okay. Emily.
Emily.
All right.
And it's spelled E-M-R-Y. Nothing in between.
Oh, good. Very good. Thank you. Eddie? So, a little loud. You want to tell your name out loud?
Benny.
Benny's not bashful. He's not Jesus playing that. Okay, next.
Brianna.
What's your middle name?
Miracle.
Miracle. That's a great middle name. I'm changing my middle name to Amazing or something. Brianna Miracle.
Ethan.
Ethan? How do you spell your name? Just a regular way. Okay. Evie. Very good. That's a beautiful name.
Can you say your name? What's your name? Yeah, Scarlet.
All right, Scarlet. Scarlet, we've been praying for you since you were born. You were precious. You were precious to this congregation, so we're so glad you're here today. So, pardon me. Little cough here. You might be reading more. So we're going to read this book. We've got pictures that are up here, and we've also got the book, but we're going to kind of read it here. And we've got our helper here to read an español for us when we get to there, because we're not that great.
I have trouble with English.
Yeah, that's the same one as me. Okay, so here's the book. It's called The Miracle of the First. Thanks. The Miracle of the First Poinsettia. High in the mountains of Mexico, daylight was beginning to fade. Soon it would be Christmas Eve. In the market, Juanita wondered which piñata she would buy for her little brothers if only she had the
Pesos.
Very good. Where's our microphone at? Oh, there it is.
I can do this one here.
Yeah, let's do that. Why don't you hang on to that? Okay.
Pesos.
Pesos, that's where we at. Okay, for most children it was a happy time, but not for Juanita. Not this year.
Papá.
Had lost his job and they had no extra
Pesos.
for toys or candy. You do way better than I do. Thank you.
Señor Rojo.
Wave to Juanita in the marketplace. Maybe she could cut and tie strings for marionettes that she sold to earn extra coins for her family.
La Navidad.
Not today, Nita.
Señor Rojo.
Okay. Gave Juanita a little sack of
Galletas.
sweet cookies.
Feliz Navidad, Nita. Gracias, Señor Rojo. Gracias.
Walking through the market, Juanita admired the towers of fruits. They looked delicious. How she wished she could bring a small basket of bright red berries to place at the altar for the baby Jesus, just as she had last year. She wondered how much it would cost for just one little basket.
¿Cuánto?
She asked, putting her hand out, but
Señor Martínez.
seemed to misunderstand. No beggars here. She scolded Juanita.
Vete, anda, largo de aquí.
Juanita ran away. Why would the
Señora.
call her that? She was no beggar. She just wanted to buy presents for her family and one small gift to bring to the church, as the other children would that night.
Show the pictures here. So you guys can see them up front there? So they're the same ones we have here. Do you see that? So, and we'll have the book around afterwards as well. So I'll try this. The darkness was falling as Juanita hurried home. She was still trying to think of something she could bring to the baby Jesus. She had the
Galletas.
that
Señor Rojo.
had given her, but those were for little brothers. Maybe she could make a small gift, but what? Not far from her house, Juanita's friend, Margarita, Anna, called to her.
Nita.
We have been looking for you. Come with us. Juanita always loved to go singing with her friends every night. For 9 nights before Christmas, families and friends would gather from house to house, singing songs and gathering together for...
Las Posadas.
You did that?
Yes, I like
you always do that. Have you guys ever done a Las Posadas before? Have you? We'll tell you more about it. I got into something I probably shouldn't have there. It's a joyous fiesta to celebrate the coming of
La Nochebuena.
Nochebuena. There was always the happiest night of the year. Come on, Nina. Come with us for the...
Posada.
I can't, said Juanita.
Mamá.
Needs my help. Will you come to church with us later? Asked Anna. I have no gift to bring, she answered. Who doesn't have a gift? You? She doesn't have a gift to bring. It doesn't matter, said Juanita. But it did matter to Margarita. It did matter to Juanita. How could she go to the church with all of her friends and bring gifts for the baby Jesus, and she had none?
There we go. See, there's the picture.
Okay. Yeah.
That night, there was no
Posada.
at Juanita's house. Together, her family ate a simple meal of
Tortillas.
and beans with rice. Juanita gave the little ones the
Galletas.
that
Señor Rojo.
had given to her. Next year, said,
Papá.
I will have a new job and we will make a real party
Posada.
with a
Piñata.
and feast here in our little house.
Papá.
Took down his guitar and sang with
Mamá.
Nita and her little brothers, Manuel
Manuel.
and
Pepito.
We're getting better at this, Mike. So we're using a little help is all. An hour before midnight, when the moon had risen in the sky, the old bells began to chime in the church tower. Come, Nina, it's time for church, said.
Mamá.
No, I can't go, answered Juanita.
Mamá.
Took Juanita's face in her hands. What is wrong? I'm not going, Juanita felt the tears coming. I have no gifts, none for you or
Papá.
my brothers. I have nothing to bring to the baby Jesus.
Jesús. Mi hija.
Jesus,
Jesús.
Yes. Jesus, Jesus.
Ay, mi hija.
Thanks. Last week I had Benny helping me out on this, so it really helps a lot. Have gifts for all the time. You gave
Galletas.
to your brothers. You sang songs for.
Papá.
You bring such joy to us. You are a gift. But what about a gift for the baby Jesus?
Jesús. Nita, cita.
Okay, first I have to say, baby Jesus, Nina Jesus, and
Bebé
Mama.
Jesús. Mamá.
There was no greater gift than the ones you bring in your heart.
From all over the village, people made their way to the church. Juanita followed her parents, who carried the little ones with them. But at the doorway, Juanita stopped. She did not go in. How could she go in the church with nothing, not even a candle to place at the altar?
A good long page. Juanita hid in the shadows outside the old church. The tall doors were open wide, and the music of the
Mariachi.
band with brass trumpets, strumming guitars, and ukuleles, I think it said there. Joyous singers filled the night.
Alaruru, niño chiquito, duérmase ya, mi Jesucito.
Did they sing that song?
Yes.
Yes.
Alaruru, niño, alaruru ya, niño chiquitito, duérmase ya, mi Jesucito.
Way better than us, huh? Yeah.
I don't sing.
Juanita hummed along as it
Mariachis.
sang an old lullaby.
Alaruru, niño.
My lovely Jesus, in sweet slumber, now rest, my dearest. Juanita could not hold her tears back any longer. Now she longed for everything to be as it had been when
Papá.
was doing well and Christmas was filled with joy. Juanita's sweet voice whispered. Juanita looked behind her. She did not see anyone.
Juanita. The voice whispered again, "Do you see the green leaves growing all around my wings?" Wings? Juanita looked around. The only wings she saw were on a little stone angel nestled among some weeds. Could a statue speak? How could that be? But it must have spoken. Pick the leaves, Juanita. Take them into the church, said the angel.
Do you see that statue there? Okay, this is a big part of the story. I'll tell you. You don't want to miss this part.
Getting to the important part.
We are. It's almost there. And then look what we got here. Gold coins. Juanita was frightened and confused. She wondered how she could bring such plain weeds to the baby Jesus. Don't be afraid, Juanita. The angel spoke again. It was as if she knew what Juanita was thinking. And don't worry about how the weeds look to you. To the baby Jesus, they will not look like weeds. He will know they're a gift from your heart.
Heart.
Juanita, what do you say in Spanish?
Corazón.
Corazón. Juanita pulled at the tall, scraggly leaves that grew around the little statue. There she is. Straggled by the statue. She pulled and pulled till her arms were filled with a huge bunch of leafy green stalks.
At midnight, as Juanita walked into the church, she became very nervous. What would people say when they saw what she was bringing to the baby Jesus? She was afraid to look to her left or right. Looking straight ahead, she could see the flickering light of hundreds of candles at the altar.
So what do you think happened to the weeds? Anybody have you guys been listening? What do you? Very good. Probably turned into flowers. Let's see. This one?
I can turn the page. There you go.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Okay. Look at it. You're right. As Juanita made her way down the aisle, the crowd of the church heard someone say,
Qué hermosa.
"Oh, how beautiful." Another person whispered.
Qué linda.
To Juanita's surprise, no one looked angry or upset. Why was everyone smiling at her? Why?
Because the weeds turned into flowers.
Yes, it's incredible. It must be a miracle. Do you think? Yeah.
It's getting there.
It was then that Juanita realized that the armful of weeds she had carried were miraculously transformed into the most beautiful star-shaped, scarlet red flowers she had ever seen. She knew as she knelt and placed the glorious red flowers at the font of the baby Jesus, it was true. A gift from the heart is the best gift of all.
Feliz Navidad, niño chiquito, Jesucito.
She whispered, "Happy birthday."
Never before had anyone seen such a splendid kind of flower. The Mexicans called it
Flor de la Nochebuena.
Many people now call these flowers poinsettias. They decorate homes and churches all over the world at Christmas time. In Mexico, they are so plentiful, they still grow like weeds. They brighten gardens and remind us of the hope, the joy, and the miracle of Christmas.
We're done. So you have this song.
You can sing it?
You want to sing the song? She can actually sing the song. So let's get that. There's one line in here I thought we should memorize, okay? Here's the one line I think we should memorize. You ready? Are you ready to memorize it? If you can memorize this line, I have a gift for you, okay? Look, that's a full thing there. It says, "A gift from the heart is the best gift of all." What do you think that means? Oh, that's true. Jana? Okay. What do you think, Vinny?
I think that when you give a gift from your heart, it really shows people how much you care for them.
Yes, very good. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You're next.
It means a gift of heart heart means a gift of kindness.
Okay, gift from the heart.
Kindness is the best gift of all.
Did you guys all hear that? Yes, a gift. It's a gift of kindness, which a gift of kindness is the best gift of all. Emily?
A gift from the heart is a gift that you put a lot of love into it.
Yes, very good. Very cool. So that's something we learned today. This book's in my office, okay? And I hear that when, in fact, I know when I came to your house and read this book for the first time, that you kind of cried a little bit, thinking about what it was like to be in Mexico. You corrected me too.
Yes.
Not Mexico. Mexico.
Mexico.
Yeah, sure. So growing up in... So that's another reason we read this book today. So what I've got here, do you know what these are?
Chocolate coins.
Oh, what would be better, gold coins or chocolate coins?
Gold.
Gold? I don't know. It's kind of, if it's good chocolate.
I know back then in ancient times, people used to use chocolate and cocoa as currency.
Oh, really? Very cool. Well, there's your currency. Grab on it. There you go. Grab some. Bring some. Make sure everybody gets some.
Spread them around. Okay, Benny. Yeah. Here. Benny, I have another chore. Can you help me with something? Come over here. You're going to need both hands.
Oh, yeah.
Benny.
I'll
Okay.
put some more in here. You get some more later.
Yep, you can get them later.
Man, that's a lot
Benny.
of coins. That wasn't such a good idea to dump them out, I don't think.
You seem to have this problem each year.
I know.
Benny, come here.
If
Benny.
you want to put them in your pockets and stuff.
There is one
Oh, you wanna give
present
them to
under the
people?
tree. Could you get that present and bring it over here? Yeah, don't kick the bells.
Why don't you take those back with you and put them on the table? Okay.
Who's it say that's for?
It says Pastor Karl.
Okay, why don't you give that to
Man.
Pastor Karl?
I'm glad I came tonight. Well, thanks, man. I don't know. What do you think? You want to help me open it? Do you like to just rip open, or do you do it like really careful?
I'll do it like this.
I go like this.
Oh. What is it?
Oh, wait. No way.
Wait a minute.
What is that? I'm going to keep that in my office.
Let me see.
It's a remote controlled car.
Yes.
Oh, man. Oh, no, it's a Tesla. Yes. I got my Tesla.
Oh,
This is for me. It's for me.
Yep.
Sorry, Benny.
thank you for helping, Benny.
Oh, man. No. Oh, this is too cool. Let's put that right there.
You kept saying you wanted a Tesla, so there it is.
Did. Oh. Why don't you take it to the back for me, Benny? Can you get to work? See if you can drive it back there. Well, thank you. That wasn't exactly what I had in mind, but that was pretty good.
As close as you're going to get.
It is as close as All right. So get the ukulele band up here. Come on up here, ukulele band. So we've been putting together an ukulele band. If you want to play in it, you could become part of that.
Okay.
Actually, they're going to use these seats up here. You got to come down there, Benny. Okay. So I told my ukulele band we don't go on production, but we go on participation. So we feel that's David's place there. We've got a couple extra singers here. Oh, there we go. I have an extra ukulele. Anybody else want to play? So. So I've been waiting for Benny to come back since last year. So last year we did a book that I had some trouble with a few of the words, but Benny had no trouble helping me say those words. So I was grateful for that. So we're going to invite you to sing along one Silent Night, and we're going to play ukulele band. So my vision someday is when we go to sing a hymn, I was saying that you'll all take your ukuleles out that you brought with you, and we'll all play ukuleles and do it all together. But today we'll do it with you singing with us. You ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright, round young virgin, mother and child. Oh, the infant so tender and mild, sleep in heavenly peace, sleep in heavenly peace. Silent night, holy night, shepherds pray at the side, glory stream from heaven afar, heavenly hosts sing hallelujah, Christ the Savior is Lord, Christ the Savior is Lord. Silent night, holy night, Son of God, love's pure light, radiant beams from thy holy face, with the dawn of redeeming grace. Jesus, Lord of thy birth, Jesus, Lord of thy birth. All right. Okay, I've taught all of you now, so you know it, but did you know that at the end, you don't get respect as an ukulele player. So at the end of all your ukulele pieces, you go like this, and everybody goes, and that's good. So Steve told me, he said, did you realize, this embarrasses my guest, but anyway, he told me, he goes, there's a Christmas miracle this year, and I go, really, what is it? And he goes, that I'm up front playing ukulele. Thank So this is sermon part 3. So as I was showing you these pictures of Peter Bruegel, he did these 3. He actually does another one, the escape, when they have to leave and go to Egypt. So this is part of that story. Do you know? It's just part of the story in Matthew, and it's coming. So we get these parts, especially in the Gospel of John, where it says, "And the Word became flesh and dwelt among us." It moved into the neighborhood. We have this beautiful story that we hear tonight of the baby being born, and I love, this great gift. Our kids did such a good job of saying why a gift from the heart is a gift of kindness, of love, and you guys are teaching your kids really well. They get that stuff, and I'm grateful for that. But something happens, and it doesn't let us. The Gospels are are so real, they don't let us get away with making this just a kind of, placated little love thing going on. So in the Gospel of Matthew, I'm going to take this off. You'll take me more serious, right? Did you notice I dressed up and wore I've actually don't think I've ever worn a clerical collar at church before, but I thought, I'm going to dress up, and I'll just wear a clerical. I should have worn a red clerical collar for Christmas. But I don't have one of those. I usually use this when I go to the prison to visit. They kind of treat me better when I do that. Or if I have to get stuff down to Mexico, working down there, or in South Africa, they told me, wear this and you'll find great respect with that. So that was helpful. But anyway, I'm wearing it today because I'm dressing up for you. So that's fun. So the story is that you remember the story that Herod talked to the wise men went, but he was tricking them. He says, tell me where he is, go back. And then there was a dream, and they knew they couldn't do that because his plan. So when they didn't come back, he said, he had this awful plan. I almost hate to say this on Christmas Eve, but it's the gospel, literally the gospel story that he says, kill every boy under the age of 2. So that was a massacre. And then Mary and Joseph are on the run with baby Jesus going to Egypt and stay in Egypt for a few years after they have to run off. I like how Bruegel does this. This was going on at a time the Word became flesh and dwelt among us. The good news came to us and was in our midst, but it was in a real world. And so at the time he was doing this painting that he did, was a time when the Dutch were trying to get their own freedom. And so there ended up being an 80-year war. The Spanish and the German mercenaries were brutal in what they were doing. And so he takes these pictures and he shows that image in this. It's this wonderful, from a distance, it's this wonderful scene of all these people working and stuff. But if you get up close, you see what's happening to the children. That they're taking these children from them. And it was the massacre. The Word he took all the real good stuff, and he took all the real hard stuff to say this is where the gospel, the good news, needs to be, in even the hard places. So there's an interesting thing about this painting, some of the history of this painting, is that there was an emperor in Rome that decided he didn't like the idea. So this is what we like to try to do too. He had him kind of paint over all the babies that were killed and all the blood. He said, what you want to do is, well, instead of that, we'll just put other animals there, or we'll cover it up. And so the original painting done by Peter Bruegel was done, and they covered that all up. They put packages there, they put animals there, but they didn't want us to see the harsh reality of what was happening in these pictures. And they covered up. And then his son, Peter Bruegel the younger, he did a new version of it, and he put all the kids back into it again to say this is the real story of the gospel. And so that's why Jesus comes to be with us. It comes to be a child among us that we can hold in our arms and know and love God in that, but he also comes to the very hardest places, the real places. So we're going to do a song that this is Mary's Magnificat, and she knows that as well. You know the story where she goes and she's with, Mary leaves and goes to be with her cousin Elizabeth. And there's that beautiful story where when she comes, that John leaps in Elizabeth's belly out of joy, leaps for joy that Jesus would be there with them. And then she sings a song. And it's a beautiful song. We're going to invite you to stand and sing with us on this. out with a joyful shout that the God of my heart is great.
And my spirit sings of the wondrous things that you bring to the world's new way.
You fixed your sign on the servant's plight, and my weakness you did not spurn.
So from east to west shall my name be blessed,
Will the world be about to turn? Sing of the day you bring, let the fires of your justice burn. Wipe away all tears, for the dawn draws near, and the world is about to turn. Though I am small, my God, my all, you work great things in me. And your mercy will last from the depths of the past to the end of the age to be. Your very name puts the proud to shame, and to those who adore you learn. You will show your might with the strong to flight, for the world is about to turn. My heart shall sing of the day you bring, let the fires of your justice burn. Wipe away all tears, for the dawn draws near, and the world is about to turn. From the halls of power to the fortress tower, not a stone will be left on stone. Let the king beware, for your justice tears every tyrant from his throne. The hungry poor shall weep no more, for the food they can never earn. There are tables spread, every mouth be fed, and the world is about to turn. My heart shall sing of the day you bring, let the fires of your justice burn. Wipe away all tears, for the dawn draws near, and the world is about to turn. Though nations rage from age to age, we remember who holds us fast. God's mercy shall deliver us from the conqueror's crushing grasp. You fixed your sight on your servant's plight, and my weakness you did not spurn. So from east to west shall my name be blessed, and the world is about to turn. My heart shall sing of the day you bring, let the fires of your justice burn. Wipe away all tears, for the dawn draws near, and the world is about to turn. My heart shall sing of the day you bring, let the fires of your justice burn. Wipe away all tears, for the dawn draws near, and the world is about to turn. So we're gonna, you've all got candles? Okay, so we're gonna join around, all the way around the sanctuary. So come out to the very edge. We're gonna make a big circle inside the sanctuary. Don't light anybody's hair on fire, is all we ask. And if you do, be sure you put it out. So once we start to light them, you just light the first one and then they light each other's going around. Okay. So we do need somebody. We'll light off this one, but we'll wait a minute till we get to that part. Can I get, do you have an extra one? Do you have an extra? No, that's oh, he's got that. Okay, good. They got it. That's okay.
Just light it. Oh.
push them up a little bit. So pull it down. Pull it down a little bit so you can light it better. Can you turn the lights down a little bit? Turn the lights down. Or just down. Okay, you guys come up front further. We're going to open it up for them. Keep coming. Keep moving up. We're going to open it up there. So, do me a favor. I'm going to try something out here, okay? When we say, sleep in heavenly peace, sleep in heaven, you're going to raise up your candles. When I do like this, go like that. And then you come back down again. Follow me when we do that, okay? Isn't this magical? Can you imagine if we turned all the lights out in here? We need some up there because our piano player needs some lights. But if we turn all these lights out in here, just the lights of these candles really does light up the room. We do that. So thank you for being here. Thank you, kids. There's more coins back there. I also have some Hershey Kisses. I don't know how many pounds of Hershey Kisses I had. We've been giving them out as thank you gifts to people, but I want to get rid of all of them tonight. So there's a bunch of them back there. They're all kinds of different flavors. And I've noticed around here, some people really like dark chocolate, so all the purple ones are gone, I've noticed. Almost all of them are gone, but if you dig way down in, you can find some purple ones. So that's our holy kiss for you tonight as we join together. Once again, we've taken this for 200 years. This song has lived in the hearts and minds and the imaginations of the people of God. Let us sing together.
Your
Thank you for being here tonight. You came here to receive again the story of the birth of Christ, to receive into our lives, into our hearts. And now I charge you to take this out into the world, that you might be a gift and a blessing and a place of peace. And in the really, really hard places, because there's really hard places there, that you might be the presence of Christ with somebody else, that you might be there for them. And now may the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord make his face to shine upon you and be gracious unto you. May the Lord lift his countenance upon you and give you peace this day and forevermore. And we say this, and all God's children say, Hallelujah. Amen. So you blow out your candles before you start wishing people happy Christmas. So. Merry Christmas. And don't forget your candy kisses.
Thank you, Bill.
You're welcome. Thank you. Merry Christmas.